Welcome to Gone on Break, our grid, our water, our stories. This podcast from the Virgin Islands Water and Power Authority, WAPA, where the people who power our islands take a break to share their stories. I'm your host, Shanell Petersen, Director of Corporate Communications. Each episode, we sit down with employees to hear their stories, learn about their work, and discover the effort that goes into powering our beautiful Virgin Islands. So today's episode is all about career paths at WAPA and the people training to become the next generation of utility professionals. We'll talk about our apprenticeship program, educational opportunities, and what it's really like to learn the ropes right here. Joining me is Tracie Wells, our Human Resources Business Partner. Welcome, Tracie.
Good afternoon. Thank you for having me.
Awesome. So tell us about yourself, Tracie. How did you end up in this role as Human Businesses Partner here at WAPA?
So I came to the authority almost 7 years ago, and my role was primarily focused on recruitment. I was the talent acquisition specialist, and it has evolved from recruitment. I went into training, I guess what you would say corporate training, and then now I am the HR business partner specifically for the St. Thomas St. John district. We have another HR business partner for the St. Croix district, and my role is to just support, of course, our staff, all of our HR initiatives, of course, support our HR director, and the list goes on.
Absolutely. Yeah. So I would love to know, how did you end up in HR?
So I like to think that HR found me.
Ooh.
I didn't. So with a previous employer, many years ago, I was doing facility, more like operations management. And then that role transitioned into people management. And I'm like, wait a minute, this is something different. And I learned that I did have a passion for helping people, not just what is the obvious that employees need for their everyday duties, but really the behind the scenes part of it. And then HR just took its life from there. It found me rather than me actually pursuing it. And this is where I've landed so far.
Awesome. Yeah. Thank you. Now, how did you get into HR and workforce development at WAPA? Why at the utility company here in the VI?
So, again, it wasn't intentional. I came to the authority, talent acquisition, and the role itself also has developed from me just coming in and trying to build the workforce to these different extensions that has now expanded into internships and on-the-job training and all of those things still related to talent acquisition.
So you are literally shaping the future of the Virgin Islands.
That sounds nice.
Yes.
I would like to think so, yes.
Now, one of the key things we wanted to talk extensively about today on this episode is our apprenticeship program. Can you talk about what is the apprenticeship program, tongue twister there, and what perhaps its origin even?
So our program is twofold, right? We have our scholarship program, and of course, that is for our up-and-coming engineers, right? And then we have our on-the-job training program, and that is for individuals, of course, still on a college path. But let's say you have young people who want to finish high school or whatever program that they're enrolled in prior to coming into the real world, and they're looking to get into the workforce right away. And the authority has both programs in place so that we're offering real world on-the-job training, networking opportunities for individuals to really start their career. Our focus is to offer resources and experiences that will lead to long-term career success. At WAPA, of course, that's our interest, but really we want to be able to give our young people something to hold on to and build their careers as they develop.
Mm-hmm. And I've definitely heard that pitch as you've been out into the high schools last year for the Alva McFarlane Scholarship Program, as you mentioned, for engineers specifically, or persons who are interested on the engineering path. Can you talk about what types of positions or skills are needed for persons who are interested in the Alva McFarlane Scholarship?
We're looking for engineers. We're looking for technicians. We're looking for, again, individuals who are focused on long-term careers with the authority, really in support of the business that we do, in support of not just transmission and distribution, but also maintaining our power plants. So we are looking for people who are in the technical field, who want to stay in the technical field, and really just looking for opportunities to grow.
Mm-hmm. And one thing for sure I've heard a lot of the engineers say, almost all, is that engineers are instinctively people who love to solve problems. Yes. So if you're a problem solver,
best place to be.
Maybe that's your path. So as a high school student or someone, unsure in college, maybe this is an opportunity to get the scholarship. Can you talk about what's the financial benefits to the scholarship? When can people begin to apply? Those kinds of things.
So people can actually begin to apply this month. We are launching the scholarship program this month in honor of Energy Awareness Month, right? And we offer scholarships for bachelor degree programs as well as associate's programs. We also offer scholarships to individuals who want to go to trade schools or technical schools. But I do want to stress that while we are looking for engineers and, of course, students who are on that college track, we are really open and welcoming individuals who are not on a college track but want to contribute to our organization, again, who want to start a career, interested in a technical field. And so, yes, we have our scholarship program and we're proud of it, for sure, but we're welcoming anybody who really wants to learn and grow.
Okay. So as you've began to talk a little bit more on the job training and the apprenticeship program. I'm really struggling with that one. With the apprenticeship program, I know there's the lineman apprenticeship. Are there any specific other positions beyond just the lineman apprenticeship, or is that how you see the on-the-job training sort of being part of a program where we're mentoring and supplying our young people with the opportunity to actually be in a role that they're interested in as a career?
Yes, so for the line department, there is a structured apprenticeship program, but we do have several other entry-level positions where we do offer a lot of mentorship opportunities in our power plant, even in meter reading, right? Where you can come into the authority and we take you under your wing and we help shape your career. If you're interested in meter reading and meter services and installing and maintaining the meters, we have a space for you where you can actually grow. Same for the power plant. We have plant operator trainee programs. Where you can then grow to be a second class, first class, and then, a leadership role from there. So the line department has a structured program, but again, there are other entry-level positions where you can grow. Even in our water distribution group, we also have water plant operator trainees. And so there are several areas, not just the line department.
Yeah. And I'm so glad you mentioned the water side because I feel even though, yes, it is Energy Awareness Month in October, it's so important to keep in mind that we have engineers both on the electrical side and on the water side.
Yes, we do.
We have technical positions on the electrical side and on the water side. So I think people tend to forget that because power is such a big part of our lives as an essential and also because I would say a lot of Virgin Islanders have cisterns, and so they don't even rely on the Water and Power Authority for their water. So that's definitely a different dynamic than people in the States and other places around the world.
Yes. But of course, our water distribution group is just as important because the water is going into our schools and going into the buildings where we work. So, yes, equally important as the electric side.
Awesome. Now, I would love to hear more on the partnerships with the schools. As mentioned, I know you go into the schools, the high schools particularly, when it's time to do and educate and increase awareness around the Alva McFarlane Scholarship. But can you just talk about what type of partnership exists with Department of Education or, CTEC and whatnot, and to ensuring that their students are aware of all the opportunities at WAPA?
Our main goal is to bring awareness that this money is available. If you're on a college track, if you want to go to trade school, the biggest challenge that we found was that people don't know that WAPA is offering this scholarship, right? So our partnership with the schools is primarily focused on educating them about this program, students, parents, school administrators, that this program actually exists. And so we hold informational sessions. We break them up into different sessions throughout the time that we are educating them. And then we also offer guidance in terms of how to apply. What are we looking for? Here's a checklist. Here's the information that you should be gathering while you're preparing to submit your application. So it's primarily focused on educating them, again, so they know that the program exists and everything that we can do to provide them with information and making sure that everyone has an equal chance to apply and, of course, be considered for the scholarship.
So can we talk money? Like how much money?
Okay, so last year was really exciting because we increased the bachelor's degree award from $60,000 to $80,000 a year. And that's a lot of money, right?
20 grand more.
Yes.
I'm sure that's going to go a long way.
Yes. And so that would cover, of course, tuition, fees. It can also cover books. We offer housing assistance built into the scholarship award. And then on the associate's level, or if you want to go to a trade school or technical level, we increased that to, I believe, about $40,000. So that is a substantial amount of money. So the scholarship program, it's competitive, right? There are requirements. There is a process that includes, of course, reviewing your application, and we're looking at your standardized test scores, and you have to get your resume and your future plans. And there's even like an interview with WAPA professionals and engineers and executives. But, we're not just basing our decisions on those things. We're looking for the total package when it comes to our scholarship applicants. So.
And I'm really looking forward to, in one of our shortest segments, we're actually going to have one of the scholarship recipients on so they can talk about their experience throughout the whole application process, what it's like coming on. Because once the engineering student receives the scholarship, there are certain things that they have to do throughout that time period, even while they're in school. Yes.
So they are required to maintain a specific GPA. Of course, they have to have a full-time load. And we want to make sure that they're taking courses that are tied to their degree program, and
so they can't decide to become an art student on WAPA's engineering scholarship. Okay, got it.
It can be an elective. If you like art, that's amazing. But we want to make sure that they're staying on track because, of course, we're preparing them for permanent, long-term career success at WAPA. So there are requirements that they have to maintain once they're awarded the scholarship and in school. Biggest, of course, is they have to graduate, right?
Very important.
Yes, very important.
Very important. So, yeah. And then they also have to participate in summer internships.
Yes. Yeah. We encourage our scholarship recipients to come back during summer breaks, winter breaks, and intern with us. They're paid internships, which is amazing, right? But you get to work alongside fellow engineers, former scholarship recipients, and just a large amount of WAPA employees, different employees in different departments. All of our departments are connected
Yes.
for in some way or another. And so it's also a great networking opportunity. And the internships are important because once they graduate and they come back, we're not strangers to them. They've worked alongside with us. They know our internal processes and systems, and they can typically just jump right in and start their engineering career. So the internships are really important. And again, they are paid internships. So,
yes. And that doesn't exist everywhere.
It's hard to find. Yes.
Yeah. I must say, I was thoroughly impressed with the engineering, or really all the internship presentations that they had at the end of this summer. We just had that a few months ago. And absolutely what you said really stood out, that for the students themselves was they got the opportunity to work with departments outside of the engineering track. They got to see how WAPA is really connected with even other agencies, with the different partners out in the community. Some of the interns even came and worked with us in outreach and communication. So that, I think, was really a very vast experience. So they weren't sitting in an office making copies. They were actually out there doing projects. They had examples of the work that they had completed and or supported. And you could see that they really found a lot of joy in that. Surprisingly, some of them actually said that. I was surprised that I enjoyed working at WAPA's because, which is, I think, funny, but...
Public perception, right? But the end of internship presentations, that's my favorite part of the summer, working with the scholarship recipients, or even just interns who are not part of the scholarship program. And it's an opportunity for them to highlight what they did. And we want to know that we're not just, having you here, not learning, not growing. The goal is that you're able to demonstrate what you've learned. And also it's a good opportunity for us to tell them what they want to learn the next time they intern with us, or even what we could do better with the program. Maybe we need to tweak this here and there. So it's a learning experience for us as well. And it also gives them an opportunity to demonstrate their soft skills that they pick up during their internship. And so they complete training on public speaking and putting together presentations and team building and communication, effective communication. So it's a good way for them to display all of that.
Real life skills.
Real life skills, yes.
Because that's definitely something that they will be needing in the future.
And even just in school, giving presentations in school, they can take that back to the classroom with them. And that's really that's our goal. Yeah.
Awesome. Are there any specific organizations that people should look out for locally that they can actually connect with some of the internships here at WAPA? I know one of them, example at Central High School, the Academy of Business, I believe, or the National. Are there other specific programs or organizations that we partner with regularly?
Well, we have our relationship with CTEC, of course, on St. Croix. We have our relationship also with the Skills Center, Raphael Wheatley Skills Center here on St. Thomas. And then, of course, Department of Labor, right? We're always in contact with them about our programs, the high schools, the local high schools. So not necessarily specific organizations. That is something that,
but those
of course,
were
you and I.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, even with Department of Labor, what is it? I think, was it last year we had over 20 interns that came from Department of Labor?
Yeah, we get a lot of interns for the OJT side from the Department of Labor. Very grateful for that. They've actually been very good over the years with giving us options in terms of having interns for the on the job training portion. So definitely a relationship that we appreciate.
Yeah.
Really. Yeah.
I even recall I was doing an interview with Nicole Tyson, and she mentioned she had actually participated in an internship at WAPA as she was equally interviewing the new CEO, Carl Knight.
Okay.
So I was all
Nice.
just very full circle for her.
I love that.
But
yeah.
she mentioned, same thing, even though the utility field wasn't her field of final destination, she was able to learn and apply her skills.
Yeah.
We've had now, even in communications, many interns and some interns that return year after year after year, whom we love dearly,
Yes.
because we hope they're listening and they come back again.
Yes, please do. Yes.
So it's really good to know that it's not just at the power plant. It's not just within water distribution. There's communications, there's accounting, there's
HR.
legal, there's HR. There's a lot of other departments within WAPA that people may not even be aware of as an opportunity to build skills.
Correct. Yeah.
And I mean, even for us, we've taken students as young as 9th grade. So, and I know we have that requirement for students to actually intern at the power plants. They do have to be over 18.
Correct. Yes.
But for students under 18, they have a plethora of departments and skills and experience that they can start to build.
Yes. I do want to give a shout out to the JAG program.
Okay.
Because our current employee relations representative, Erica Emanuele, she came to us from the JAG program. I believe she was a senior in high school.
Wow.
And she has built her career at WAPA. She's now a college graduate. She's
through UVI,
through
UVI. Alumni.
Yes. And she is now an HR professional and growing and learning. And so JAG, CTEC, the Skill Center, Department of Labor, I mean, there's so many local organizations that have really assisted us in developing our workforce, building our workforce. And, you and I talk about this often, like what more can we do? Where else can we go?
Yes.
To keep the ball rolling and keeping everyone engaged in the process. So.
Yeah. And I'm glad you mentioned Erica, because we do love Erica. But it also goes to show the growth opportunity and the career track that's available, because I know, as mentioned, the CEO himself was an engineering scholarship recipient.
Yes.
Our chief operating officer, Noel Hodge, was a scholarship, actually does have a new title now.
He does?
Yes, he does.
Yes, capital project.
We're going to say congrats to Noel, his new title, even though we can't remember the exact name of it right now.
Yes.
But overseeing capital projects.
Yes.
And then we have so many of our engineering scholarship recipients that, grew up in the ranks, essentially.
Yes, Mr. Hodge definitely grew up in the ranks. CEO Knight, since coming on board, I think one of the very first conversations he and I had, it was about the scholarship program. He is very passionate about it, wants to see it grow and develop, and really wants it to be, I believe, the best scholarship opportunity here in the territory. So he has provided a lot of support to HR in trying to make that happen, for sure.
Awesome. So are there any upcoming outreach events or application periods that we want to reiterate for the public so that they can be on the lookout for it?
Yes. So we are opening the application actually today. Right?
Hey,
so
October 1st.
We're opening it today. By close of business today, it should be up on our WAPA website. And then over the next several weeks, we will be having the informational sessions. We will
those are virtual?
Those are going to be virtual.
Okay.
So you can attend from anywhere.
Yes.
From home, your after school job, parents, if you are working late or you're in the parking lot at the grocery store, you can log in and join the informational sessions. Same for teachers. We'll be spending the next several weeks having the informational sessions. We will do a couple in person, but for the most part, that's what's going to be happening. around this time. Yeah.
Fantastic. And so all that information can be found on WAPA's website, www.viwapa.vi, and underneath career opportunities.
Yes.
And we're building that out.
Yes,
we promise we're building that out. It's going to be nice and pretty and fancy.
Educational opportunities.
We're going to work on that because the webmaster is always telling me that's another tab. So, we've got a call in. Just kidding. So I do want to thank you, Tracie, so much
thank you for
joining today.
This was great.
Fantastic. So today we learned about WAPA's apprenticeship program. We learned about the Alva McFarlane Scholarship and all there is that WAPA is providing to our community to build from here, build our local people for careers in the utility, both on the power and the water side. It's a pathway to meaningful and a stronger local workforce. And so we are so pleased that we have this chance to recruit and support talent. And so again, I'm looking forward as well to hearing from that apprentice. So I hope you guys tune in for the apprentice that's going to share their experiences firsthand and what they've learned on the job. And if you're interested in a career, there are opportunities to grow, learn, and help. So don't forget to subscribe wherever you get your podcasts and follow WAPA on social media for updates. And again, just a big thank you to Tracie Wells, who has joined us today and for sharing her story. Until next time, I'm Shanell Petersen, and this has been Gone on Break, where power meets people, our grid, our water, our stories.